Well, greetings. All right, this is for the mentorship. This is in a different environment. I can get my head cleared. I've just been going and going and going recently. So, try to do a couple of videos for the mentorship, go into some details. There's a question here about going, how to go internally and living simply. Living simply is something that you have to obviously define on your own. Of Everyone has their own definition of that. I'll see what I can get on that. Just internally, I think it's the bigger part of it. It's different ways of looking at the whole living simply. Different ways that you can, but for internally, like how do you go internally? How do you is not an easy process. There are many layers to it, and one is meditation is one. That's the basic one that many are having difficulties with. Not everybody can meditate. The mind's constantly going. So I'm not sure if this other method's going to work or not, but there's always going to be different methods. But it's like, you're going to go through a couple. One is, how do you see yourself? You see yourself as a fairy. You see yourself as a dragon. You see yourself as a blue person, a green person. I mean, all this stuff is so like this is the fourth dimensional energies, and it's like you're going into your fantasy world. How many of those in the modern world will ever be able to tap into any of this? At least right now, it'll obviously take some time. But it's like, what's the fantasy version of you? And that gives you an idea who you are. Do you see yourself as She-Ra? Do you see yourself as He-Man? I know it sounds like it's fantasy, but it's a reflection of us. Everything in our media is a reflection of us. And that's one aspect of it. You see yourself in space, see yourself as an astronaut, or a different type of astronaut than what you see on your, what we have here. Or you see yourself as a Elon Musk, like another reality, or something like that. That kind of gives you, or a wizard, that is you going within. It's one way of doing it. The other is kind of like, I don't know how to, it's kind of like what is inside of me, and what can I pull up? How can I pull myself out of myself? Kind of like, it's like when, it's a little bit hard to describe, but like when I go into myself, it's kind of, I'm kind of like on the spot too. It's kind of like a personal thing. You have to be in your, in your space, in your quiet space. And so I'm kind of, the computer on and everything. It kind of distracts me from doing that, but we'll do what we can. I want to clear my energy field first again. Can't remember if I did it earlier. Oh, I did it earlier, but I don't think I did it before I came in here. Well, the other thing, is to ground your vibrations first. And to, how do I describe this? It's, well, recently, as I go within, all right, it's like, okay, what's inside me? What do I need to pull out of myself? What do I need to know about who I am? And what I get is Anunnaki, a lot of Anunnaki connections. Some of it is also Talbot Nordics. Nordic incarnations. It's like kind of reading yourself, you can say, technically. It's let's see, a lot of farm incarnations I'm connected to. It's not all war. The war ones, obviously. War is, at least for myself, or on other planets. Not necessarily here. Of course, I've had war connections here, but most of it's been on other worlds where Not everybody was getting along with each other. So I'm basically reading myself at the moment. I'm just picking up on whatever is coming through. And that's the fourth dimensional energy. You can say fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension, however you want to connect to it. It's just basically, what do it's good to have your space clear, not have a lot going on. It's like, who am I? Not to say you're going to have every detail of it. We'll get a little bit more. It's like, yeah, make peace with yourself. And whatever you see, you might see a dragon. You might see, something weird. I don't know. I want to say Hitler. So you might see World War II. You might see unicorn energy. It's like, what do you see within yourself? It's like, I want to release myself. So what do I see? Slaying dragons. Some got out of hand. Some dragons are taking over other planets because they feel that the race, the alien race on that planet, were not capable of running their own world. Stuff like that. I'm connecting more to my Archon side, which I might do that tonight. Go more to my Archon. This has that kind of like that moody ambiance here. So it's perfect for an Archon awareness. So anyway, well, I see the Archon energies. I see a lot of drag. I feel like let's see, my lifetimes of being a dragon slayer. Once again, having no choice. Some of the dragons were used for meat, and used for to feed people. Other human worlds. Some of them are Palladian. Some of them are Syrian. So yeah, going within is not an easy. You kind of have to let and also it's a way of letting out darkness too. Especially have relationships that you have a relationship that keeps bothering you. You say, like, what is this connection? Who is this person? I just can't. I don't want to get this person out of my mind. And you kind of release that person. It's like, what is it do I need to release? And then there's a person, that she was like, I really was not a big fan of her, but she was like holding on to me, or I was holding on to her, whatever it was. And I released her energy. I saw something really dark came out of me. It's like, what was that? It's like, that's not good. So that was from her energy. So, so it's like it's like, oh, I have this person in my mind. I want to release this person. I feel that's another way of connecting with them. Within is not an easy journey. It's basically just letting go of relationships is a good way of like you're getting like psychic attacks and all of that. It's a different. Like you get psychic attacks, and it's like, why is this happening? Obviously, made a lot of alien beings very angry at this moment. And also, I'm getting what somebody said, that some of these alien beings that are not so friendly, some of them are jinn. Just can't get any. Just can't. There's never no end to it, is there? It's like there's no end. I'm not saying it's not true. It's like there's no end to this. It's like, geez. Just when you think you got bizarre, it just takes it to a whole new level. So yeah, it's releasing blockages. It's let's see. What is on your mind? Like if you have a family member or a friend that's bothering you, what is it that's bothering between us, and just let that go. What is it? And you go within. It's like, show me what's going on with that, and just whatever comes to mind. So people feel like they're making all this stuff up, not really, going more at 4 or 5D energy, spirit energies, and it's not exactly supposed to make any sense, because the 4 and 5D reality is our antenna to the spirit world. But if people here, we're all out of control here, right? We don't. Most society doesn't connect with it, but yet they do, but they don't acknowledge it, and it's just like you're driving your car with the blindfold on, basically. That's why our world is the way it is today, for various reasons. So it's like getting over yourself too. It's another way of it's meaning it's another way of calming yourself down. It's like I know something weird's going. What is it? Who am I? What is this weirdness? And it also, I mean, it helps you humble yourself. Let's put it that way. Because there's some energies of a past life where you were like a badass or a Viking or I would call it warrior or whatever it might be, whatever. There's somebody that was very got a lot of attention. You had a lot of, you know, people admired you a lot. Not to say they don't do now, but you got a lot of attention. You're famous. And in this life, it's like, why am I not getting attention? I feel like I deserve it. I'm so used to all this. It's like, what is this energy I'm connected to? And you go in and you ask for it to be released. What is it? It's one way of doing it, at least. And this, like the Archon stuff sort of been coming to me recently, gradually. And obviously, let's see, and you don't have to go within all the time. It drives so freaking crazy. You don't have to see every single, just like you got to get a break from yourself, basically. You can't wear yourself out. Constantly can't do this and that. And, obviously many of us want to like manifest another planet to live on. Yeah, I do that on a daily basis. I think I do it every hour, actually. it's like I've seen this movie, and yeah, it's real exciting. It's like, yeah, it's a rerun. It's like I've seen all those holidays, guys. I've seen Christmas. I've seen that movie. I see just the same old, over and over again. Human society conversations. It's always the same old. Not with spiritual stuff, but the everyday man conversation is pretty much copy paste. How are you doing? What's going on? Da 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 da. Same old, same old. So when you activate yourself, it's a whole nother world, and it's like you're connecting more to spirit, and you're getting kind of like electrified. You can say you're not used to that. Electrified by higher energies. So how to live simply is up to you. What do you find as simple? Simple is simple, but everybody has their own version of it. You got to make your own definition for that, it seems. Well, I'm getting from, I don't know, my way of simplicity. I'm in that room all the time. Well, not all the time, but at night, it's like hot as hell or it's cold or whatever it is. I try to be as grounded as possible. Like where I live is not comfortable. It's like all right, how I live simple. Where I live is not fun. It's not. It's not. It really isn't. I don't go into details, but it's like it sucks. But that's kind of the idea of it. It's kind of hell, actually. Where I sleep isn't very comfortable or clean, it's clean, but not what kind of cat. So it's like it's not always clean. Let's put it that way. But it's kind of like that's the way I stay grounded, though. Now my living environment could be a lot better, meaning that I can feel like I have some freedom there. I don't feel like I have any freedom there. Like the room that I work out of, though, it's kind of like a jungle. It's kind of like it's weird. That's kind of the idea of it. It's sort of just I'm going to keep it that way. It's not air conditioned. It's not pretty. That was kind of the idea behind it, because one reason I have the bed beside so the cats can lay on it if they ever come up, and we're so hot up there anymore. It's like they don't even want to be a part of it. But sometimes they make an appearance. It's kind of I don't have the energy to move the thing out of there anyway, so it's kind of like a temporary. Either way, I figure I'm going to move into an environment maybe similar to this, maybe not so dark, where I can have better audio and stuff like that. But I don't live an easy existence. I don't think so. That's why when I go out to Orlando, I get to chill. Of course, I don't really chill that much. I'm always doing something, but today I'm chilling, trying to. But yeah, I try to. For me, it keeps me grounded. It's like if things are not chaotic but not perfect, it's just you know, there is no comfort zone. Where I live, sleep is not very comfortable. That room I work at, not the most comfortable. Not really. It can be better. So, I do that, a lot of that. Now, like, the living can be improved greatly, but obviously not right now. So it's just disarray. Not to say you want it dirty, but not perfect. Is to keep you more humble to the environment. You don't have any fancy green screen or anything. You don't have anything fancy going on. Same old background. Maybe it's boring. Maybe it's tired out. It's kind of the idea behind it. It has nothing to do with the background. It has to do with what's coming through, comfortable, because it's like kind of like an old wizard's den. I want to say witch's den, but wizard's den, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of in disarray to a degree on purpose. Because anything too perfect shows I don't feel comfortable with that. Not to say there's anything wrong with, like this is fine. It's kind of something weird, I think is a necessity. Just is. You have it just, we're talking about weird subjects and have have that cat picture in the background. Just keep it bizarre. But that's the point of it. We're talking about stuff that's freaking insane. And so that's how I live simple. That's where, at least that's how I keep myself grounded. It's like I'm not looking for, it's like I don't want perfect. I don't want like the cleanest place never, because it's not, I mean, I have stones and all that. Stones have, I have when I do the, on my desk, I do the, where, in the attic, I have all these crystals in front of me. I don't show them, but it's all in front of me. I have a bunch of stuff in front of me. So that's not exactly, the crystals have, dust and stuff around them and stuff like that. So it's just like the imperfections is really how you grow, because nothing's perfect. And stay away from perfection as much as possible. So the most disarray, the better, actually. From me, my perspective, it's because you see like, Scientology, stuff like that. They put on a perfect image and all that. It's like a terrifying group. So, more rugged and more real is what matters from my perspective. And that's when you get to the core of, you're not really looking at, does this look good? Does my makeup look all right? Do I need to shave? Who cares? Just put something out there. Not worry about it so much. That's the way I look at things. Does it have to be 4K? Yeah, the audio there, well, the system I use, I have it jacked up to 300. So you're getting so you can hear me. Not too big on Zoom, but it's easy to put together and I don't have to deal with anything. So, let's see, connecting internally. It's, because doing here on, like I said, on video, it's difficult. It's just, you can close your eyes and kind of like you're pulling something out of yourself. Where do you sense of who you are? Is it a secret agent? Is it, and then when people connect to, secret agent, I'm just making it up. Are you really? You're probably not. And there's so many different alternative timelines that you're connected to and all the strangeness. The true reality is bizarre. You look at the pyramids. We don't have the technology to build the pyramids. I want to talk about the ones in Egypt. So it has to be from a higher dimensional race, right? Well, you got connected crazy, basically. And I'm all about crazy. Other people are about crazy. The crazy of basically is beyond our understanding. That's the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, etc. The bizarre, cartoon-like reality is the real reality, is the higher dimensional reality. that this reality is terrified of, obviously. Well, hopefully not forever. Of accepting that reality, they're having difficulties accepting it because they have to see it and believe it. And it's like, what if I told you that your reality is a complete hoax? Your pop culture, yeah, like you haven't heard that before. Pop culture, government, people, aliens that talk about the government interfering and all of that. I wouldn't trust those aliens for anything. Human consciousness. We are in charge of this planet. And, government doesn't mean anything. Human consciousness can go through anything. Humanity, you're living a human experience. Human experience, people aren't ready for this stuff. You're gradually getting ready, but never think a government's there to stop you or anything. Because, you're connecting to yourself, connected to aliens spiritually. Not there to hurt anybody. It's just weird. That's all. And you change your philosophies. You don't need war. You don't need all this nonsense, mind control, whatever the hell they're doing. When you upgrade yourself, you block all that mind control. And it's all about soul experience. There's no real, all this alien information, people call us, oh, it's disinfo and it's this and that. It's like, maybe it's not right for you, but it's right for somebody. And maybe it's disinfo for you. You're at a different place in your life. I don't call it level, because like, oh, I'm just above you. It's like, I don't know about, you're not above anybody or nobody's above any. It's like, that's where you are. That's what you need. And, talk about Corey Good and stuff like that. It's like, take it or leave it. It's like, you don't have to. There's good stuff in everything. You don't have to digest it all, but there might be something there that you can resonate with. Everything matters. I want to say nothing matters. Nothing matters, but everything matters. It's like, in the long run, it's all about soul growth. So, believe whatever you want. There's channelers out there that I really don't like or that's completely despise. A lot of them are very popular. But that's, once again, for people with soul growth. Even if it is a lot of manipulated energies, it's still part of soul growth. We're here to, but, that's for their path. It does get very aggravating. But for our direction, it's just like you want to be free. To free yourself is not so easy. It can occur. And it's just, and sometimes you need to say what's on your mind to activate others to, I'm ready to move on from that manipulation and move on to whatever it might be. Yeah, because the 4D is insane. The information, the reality, secret space programs, all crazy stuff. And we're still digesting all of that. That's a lot to take in. It's weird, but more people are going to take it more seriously. A lot of people are. Our society will eventually, a lot of our societies, I wouldn't call it an infant area, but it kind of is spiritually. It is an area of really, it's just, it's easier to be young than adult, but we're still learning from being a young race. We're a young race, but we aren't, but we are, but we're learning. We just have a weird way of, we're taking a lot in at once, and most species do too. We're learning at more of a rate than others do. So it's not, if life was simpler, we'd be at 4 or 5D right now. It's not so simple. We're dealing with a lot. This is a big load we're carrying on. So it's, but this alien stuff's going to become more easy to understand process. It's just, spirit's helping us, obviously, but the alien stuff is just some people, not everybody's going to connect to aliens, but many do. The architects of our reality. We have splices and connections with them. We're here to basically find ourselves in different. There's no right way. Everyone has their there's no right way for everybody, obviously. And just allow awareness to open up the soul in different ways. Basically, find the key to unlocking yourself. It's not always time to unlock yourself, but if you want to unlock yourself, you will eventually. I'm not sure when, but manifesting everything takes time. Obviously, it's just a gradual process. So, all right, that's all I have for that. And I got next. I got 2 more sections I'm going to go into. This one went on for a while, I think. All right, much love, blessings, and more on the way. Take care.